So you want to go viral on any post? Do you want to make millions of people see all your content? Make sure you watch this video for the formula we're about to give you right now on this episode of the Squeeze Podcast. This is your host, Juice. I want to say thank you guys for coming out and watching our content. If you've been liking it, please like this particular video so that we can grow the channel and get a little bit further outreach to other people who haven't been able to catch some of this good old content that we got here. And also hit that comment button so that we can know any other content you guys might be looking forward to, and to let me know how I can help you the best way possible. So let's dig right into it. When you're trying to go viral, you don't want to ask if this is going to go viral. You need to figure out how to make anything viral. So with that being said, I've been doing the YouTube thing, and honestly, I've been on a lot of other platforms. So you got YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And honestly, if you follow a certain formula, you will be able to go viral multiple times over and over. I've gone viral probably at least once a week over the past 4 months. And it's honestly probably more than that. I tried not to look at those metrics, because if you're looking at just the people watching, you are probably going to, fall into a downward spiral of like the good and the bads of the likes, because sometimes you're gonna see huge dips and spikes on the type of things that people like. The greatest part about that, though, is that is a part of your research. Now, that's the number one thing you're gonna want to do. You need to research all of the top YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers, all of these kind of things. You need to look from the very beginning. What do their titles look like? What are they using to market the page? What are the things that they are doing that is causing them to gain a lot of traction? So how to make any idea viral? This is what I found to be, the biggest way to figure out if your content is going to go viral. It's very simple. You need to be able to tell a story and have your own twist to it. That's what equals virality. Okay? Now, I know that's a big word, but that's what will make you viral, okay? Virality. Whatever you're doing, you have to think about it. You have to find your niche. I know that's something I didn't mention. The number one thing is to find your niche. Find a type of, content, either may it be comedy, to find your roots. Find, it may be art, whatever you're doing, make sure it has a story. And then the twist. Now that comes with, make it personal. You want to make it funny. You want to make it ironic. All of these kind of things will give it that twist that make people want to watch from start to finish. So a lot of that stuff is kind of important, because that's what's going to make your video viral if people are continuously watching and all these other kind of things. Now, there are certain keys to making this actually work out in your best favor. Okay. So when you're looking at your videos, before you even start to posting, drafting up a script or anything like that, you want to sit down and ask yourself, are you answering a question? Then you want to sit down and also ask, can my video be used as a title or thumbnail for a long form version of content? Okay, so now the most things that go viral are, of course, going to be the short form contents. So we're going to, focus in on the short form, that shorts, and any videos under, I want to say 3 minutes. So 3 minutes and less. You also want to make sure that your video is easily understood, even without audio. So when you're looking at the thumbnail, or maybe even the little capture before the video is starting, it must have either small text that makes it easy for the viewer to understand. So if it's, for example, you're cooking, and let's say you want to do something new and special. Let's say you're cooking everything on a fast food meal restaurant. So for example, you're going to McDonald's or something. You want to make everything on that menu for less than $1, but you have to do it with your own home recipes and make it taste even better. Something like that gives you unique ability. So being unique, it allows you to take your own content, and also it makes it very relatable. Most people have gone to a fast food restaurant. Most people want food that costs less, and they also want it to taste even better than what they're getting at the stores that they're going to. So all three of those things right there will probably easily make you go viral if you're doing something of that nature. Now, there's so many avenues and so many ways to do these kind of things. So don't get caught up with that one idea thinking that that's the only way you can do it. Okay. So even with that, that last example, you also want to make sure that you're making it a good story. So once you initially start off, the catch, or something I'm going to be talking about later, is the hook. The hook is what initially draws them. So you're making fast food for less than $1. That's the hook. Okay. And then now you're going to give them why they're watching it with the story that you're doing. Because you're going to be like, well, I got tired of going out to XYZ restaurant, paying whatever amount for something that you thought was simple. Then you go about the process of gaining your ingredients and all those other kind of things, and you show these kind of things. You don't want to be talking about it. Nobody wants to hear you. So with the video, you also need to understand what is worth showing and what is worth telling. This is going to be an intricate game of show and tell. So simple as that, you need to figure out what is better to show, because a lot of the things you can show without telling, but then certain things you need to speak out so that people understand what you are showing. So to make sure that your stuff is very easily comprehensible, or something that will be easily digestible for all types of viewers and everywhere around the world, you want to make sure that all of your content stays within a 5th grade or lower level. Now, I know a lot of you are like, why? I don't want to make it seem dumb, but if you're targeting the large majority of people, it's very relatable, even if you're older, to your younger appeals, because you spent the majority of your life being younger and then you slowly age into adulthood. Okay, so let us really take into account that a lot of people are also simple and they don't want to do everything in the most complicated natures. Let's think about it like this. You go to the convenience store to pick up things because it is convenient. So make things convenient for all of your customers, aka your viewers, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that are driving your content. They are the ones that are helping you to move your things today to the next level. And with that being said, I want to thank you guys again for watching this content. If you are liking this and finding value, please hit that like button down below. If you're not, because I know a lot of you guys who are watching aren't subscribed, hit that subscription bell, because we're going to be giving out great gems every day for the next 27 days. And if you're really liking this and you get this over 10,000 likes, I will be doing a giveaway. Now, of course, I can't get to that giveaway unless we get this video to 10,000 likes. So drop down in that button below and hit that like. And guess what? If you're on YouTube and you're seeing this, YouTube is rewarding you guys with some very special fireworks when you hit that like button. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. Click that thing. So to make it really easy to read, you want to send your information through a readability checker. So a readability checker is just simply as it sounds. It's something that reads all of your content and allows you to know what type of audience it will be catering to. So once you put your information, script, draft, whatever it is, because if you're doing educational, so it should be information. Whatever you're doing with your content, you want to make sure once it goes through that readability checker that you put it in words that are less than a 5th grader. And I know you guys probably have saw the show, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? And there was a lot of things that stumped people. And I'm not trying to challenge anyone's intelligence. It is to make your stuff easily digestible, meaning if you want to go viral, you want everybody to be able to click it easily and be able to watch it and feel like they can relate. And if you don't, then you are then catering your content to some very specific people, and don't expect virality like that. You can't go viral if you're only catering to a smaller audience. You got to be able to cater to everyone. And again, you can't expect everyone to like what you got coming out, because you can't please everyone. But you can please a large majority of people by appealing to their nature. Now, that's some great business knowledge if you didn't know. So let's get into what makes content viral in the first place. What will make you feel like your content is viral? So for me, it's anything that's getting over 1 million views. The likes are in the thousands of 10,000s of range. That is what virality is. But what is it to make your content viral? Well, number one, like I was telling you earlier, you want to research. You want to research. You should be tapping into your top competitors of your niche. Once you found your niche, you need to look at all of your top competitors. Simple as that. All you have to do is, narrow your stuff down. Here at the Squeeze Podcast, we are here for 3 particular reasons. We want to make sure that you better yourself and become the best version that you see yourself to become. Okay, so even if that's a process that changes, we're going to help you to become that version. Okay, we also want to help you to grow your money and your wealth. Okay, here on this pod, we will make sure that you do this. And if you're watching this video, this is a key thing to help you do just that. And on top of that, we want to talk about something that, everybody really gets into and will always be something that's close to heart to at least myself. And I'm hoping to every one of you guys. And that is the intersections of dating. So that what that means is what it is to date between individuals, what it is to interact, what it is to be intimate, what it is to understand. All of these kind of things that we talk about here on the Squeeze are just the things that you need to know when you're putting together your niche. Now, once you have your niche, you need to go out and look for those particular things once you boil them down. Okay, once you have your particular goals, you look out for competitors. Now, you look for the people that are doing the top numbers. You're not looking for people who are in the smaller thousands and things like that. You want to look for the people who have millions of views. You want to look for people who have hundreds of millions of subscribers, and then you want to follow the formula that they are taking. Now, I am not telling you exactly to carbon copy exactly what they are doing, but the most sincerest form of flattery is mimicry. So if you do what they're doing, believe me, they might feel flattered or they might feel, that you're trying to steal. But what you can do is look at all of the formula, like the title, the thumbnails, the format, what they're putting in their description, all of these kind of things. Are they commenting back to their subscribers? Things of that nature. What are they doing that is making them so great? And what can you use from their greatness to make yourself great? Now, the best way to really do is a little trial and error. You want to take all the good that they got going on and then try something that's a little unique to yourself. Now, it's going to change from person to person, and a lot of these things won't happen overnight. You're going to have to try it before you feel like it's working out for you and for what you have planned for your content on your page. But the even better thing about this is even if you're not looking within your own niche, you can go outside and find even bigger streamers, YouTubers, TikTokers, whatever you want to call them, and utilize their information as well. I know everybody here knows of Mr. Beast. If you don't know Mr. Beast, you know Kai, Kai. So either one of these two guys, you can look at the formula that they're using to be so successful, to be so rich. And once you see what's doing that, you need to take note. Once you have the notes on what you should be doing, it will make things a lot more easier to accomplish that goal and become viral. And though I said don't copy exactly, you can even redo videos and just gauge if that's things that will make you something. You can then gauge if that is something that will make you viral content and how you can continuously make your content viral. Now, right now, I'm about to give you a gem that makes all content viral and people don't even know. So the first things first, you want to start making content and you need to be consistent. So if you think that you're going to post one video and it's automatically going to go viral, I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably not. If you have zero following, if you have no one backing what you're doing, there's no way in the world that you're going to go viral overnight. But if you're consistently posting content over months' time, believe me, once you started catching fire, you're going to catch fire again, and again. Okay? It took me at least 3 months to get a video that was over 100,000 views. But after that one video got 100,000 views, I started getting multiple videos, 100,000 views, 100,000 views. Then, before I even knew it, I had a video that went from 100,000 to 1 million views, and that was the first one. Now, it took more time, it took progress, because you have to get your content in front of the eyes of more and more people. So what you really want to do is cater your content to everyone you do not know. I know that sounds crazy because The thing is, you want to make content that you like personally, because don't make any content that you don't personally like. It wouldn't make any sense. But you have to think about all the people that you do not know. You think about all the people that you do know, think about all the things that they like and all the other kind of stuff, what makes you relatable to them. Okay? Kind of doctor your stuff, meaning kind of cater everything that you're doing, tailor it to that. What is it that makes you so relatable? Once you have that narrowed down, then you want to play on that. That means you want to use that and enhance it so that other people can utilize that as a way to come in and like what you are already doing. Okay? The next key factor is you want to loop your idea. Okay? So what that is saying is, when you are starting your video, or when you're even writing out the idea and thinking about it, or even in the thinking stage, you want to make sure you have, now I'm gonna say this next, but you want to make sure you have a hook. Okay? Now that hook is what's going to draw the people in. It's going to be the thing that catches their attention in the first place. Okay? Now with you catching somebody's attention, what you want to do is ask the question, and then at the end of your video, you want to come back to what that question was, but make sure that you told them that you've answered the question. That makes the video that they're watching come full circle and makes them feel validated that they watched something that gained them value. Now, if you're not hearing this right here is a gem. This one by itself makes this whole video viral by itself, because if you're doing this, it's the closing the loop that makes this stuff viral. Okay, guys, so now we want to get into crafting the hook. Now, the hook is, again, what draws these people in initially. So let's get it to what you need to make a really great hook. I already said it a little bit to you guys, but you want to make sure that your content, or the thing that you're going to put as the title, is very relatable, something that anybody would be able to relate to. So these examples of things could be the fast food, again, something that, if everybody's gone to McDonald's, Burger King. It can be art. And art is such a large medium now that you can talk about any type of art, be it video games, be it artwork, be it finger painting, be it making carpets. There are so many things that the internet provides to you that you can utilize. And that's why, if you're watching this, there's nothing in this world that you could be doing that you couldn't make go viral and make yourself a ton of money today. It can even be places, video games. But all in all, you want to make sure that you're doing things that people want to see. You want to use things that you're seeing that's already have a large niche, or even if it doesn't have a large niche, that have a large pondering for a niche. Somebody's looking for something that you're going to create. Now, to get to that point, you want to find out what is viral in the first place, so that way you can then create it. Because you can't create something you can't take people to that next level. You can't show people that they need to have light bulbs if you didn't know that they needed to have a light source in the first place. If there weren't any candles, there would have never probably been a light bulb. Okay? And even without candles, if there wasn't a moon illuminating the dark, we wouldn't even have those things. So these are just kind of the things that you need to know to make yourself go viral and to keep going viral. Okay. So I just told you how to go viral. I'm pretty much giving you the formula one by one, and I'm telling you how to keep yourself viral over time. So if you can't even get all of those kind of things, if you're kind of confused and it's really not helping you, okay, let's break it down. Start copying other people who are viral. Okay. Start by copying them, do what they're doing in their videos. You might even do 100% all of their videos. Just make sure it's your face in front of it, because you cannot just steal their content and hope to become famous off of that, because people won't know who you particularly are. And if you're trying to make yourself a brand, you need to create your own uniqueness. And that even counts if you're going faceless. You cannot just use, Kanye West's quotes and then think that you are going to be making Kanye West money and have the Kanye West type of fame. Now, of course, all of that is a funnel to drive, traffic, meaning viewership, to your channel, which is nothing wrong with that. That's actually an amazing way to do it. But you also have to understand that you must be creating original, unique content yourself, so that way you can stay ahead of the curve, because a lot of this stuff, all these ideas are going to get old very quickly, and then people won't be wanting to watch your old regurgitated stuff. So just bear with that. Now, if you are watching this video and you think that you can help yourself to get anywhere in life, you might want to click our link. I'm going to put it over here. Click our link on our last video because that will help you to grow yourself immensely, guys. Now, if you are liking this stuff, please understand that all of this videos I'm giving you guys are absolutely free, but the production level is not free. So if you could in any way, in any shape or form, help out, be that just hitting the comment button, or if you have a little bit extra that you can give, hit up our Cash App. We are accepting any donations, and best believe anybody that donates to the page, we will be shouting out and giving any recognition because we are happily thankful for all the help that we receive here on the Squeeze podcast. So let's keep getting you this amazing content. So how do you generate the ideas for your content? Well, man, believe me, you might have, before we even get into it, believe me, you're going to have a lot more ideas than you actually put out things. But I'm going to tell you right now, how do you get bunches of ideas? This is the typical way. Now, if you want to know the 10x way to do this, I want you guys to leave me a 1 in the comments. And if I get over 100 ones in the comments, I will show you the 10x way to do this. But let's get into this one. You want to watch other content. Again, this is that research part. You want to watch other content. And while you're watching that other content, you want to think about how you can put your own spin, your own twist to it. For example, if you watch Sup 14 on any platform, this man voices over all of the most funniest things on the internet, right? And he uses his own unique character. And shout out to Sup I've loved your content from day one. So hopefully, maybe one day we can do a collab. Reaching out to you via the ether right now, but one day we'll be in conversation. But with all of that, you find your own unique version to it, and that just takes your content from being a couple of hundreds of views to being thousands and thousands of views. The next part is think about videos that you yourself want to watch. What are some things that you want to see come out? Something that you feel like you've never seen, or something that you feel like you can just make unique to your own version. Like, for example, you see people playing GTA. There are so many people that went from just showing you how to do certain things to people even starting to become role players because you could, change your outfit and equip different vehicles. You can go throughout the map and be in different places. So there are so many different ways to go about, figuring out what it is that you want to do. Another good way, and this is a part of that 10x kind of thing, but you can use AI. And if you're not using AI in your content creation today, believe me, I'm going to let you know now you're going to be falling behind in this 2024 realm that we're talking about going into, because a lot of these AIs are coming out faster, and they are making production that much more quicker. Okay? They are making everything more easier, so why not make your life a little bit easier by using them yourself? Don't let yourself be too good for what's good for you. Don't be too good for what's good for you. It's like dating, man. You want to find what's right and keep it going. Another little secret tip, and this is something that a lot of people will not tell you, you can also use your own community to gain ideas. So when you're in the videos, just like this one in particular, if you guys are liking it, hit those comments. Let me know what you're liking, what you're not liking, something you wish to see. But just like that, people will be in the comments. They'll say something. If you have some information about it, or if you even have a specialty in that said comment, make a video about it. You could make a whole video about one person's comment, and then guess what? You've increased the engagement for that one person because now they feel a little bit special. And on top of that, it answered a question that other people might have been asking themselves, but they weren't even, courageous enough to say something about. So now you've just added to your content, B, you just built up a better community, and C, you just made yourself easily more viral, because guess what? The people that feel validated by that question are going to be more likely to share. So then now you are going to make yourself that viral content that you're looking for. The very, very best ideas, though, will come from your lived experience. So that is going through your life day to day, seeing things that you might think are lacking, things that have a problem that need an answer to, or things that you just want to, give your own spice of life to. These kind of things will definitely help you to go viral. Okay? There's nothing else that you really need other than those 3 little things. Now, let me just tell you how the process kind of goes, and I'm going to make it very easy for you to understand. Let's say you start with 100 ideas, okay? Most probably, not 100%, you're only going to utilize about 10 or less of those ideas, okay? Now, what you want to do, though, to decipher if those ideas are even worth recording or even putting down, you want to first ask yourself whether you want to make it. If it's a video you don't feel like making, if it's something that you don't feel like getting up and doing, don't do it. Because the number one production part of the value is if you're going to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, then nobody's going to want to do it. So don't do it if you feel like you don't want to do it. After you figured that you want to do it, you want to ask yourself, is the hook really good? Is it something that's going to have a lot of people asking a question? And if you're not really sure whether your hooks are going to catch people's attention, you can simply ask a few people. Like, would you watch a video on this? That right there is a hook on itself. I just want you guys to know. You got to change the way that your mindset is going to be, so that way these things become easier to you. And I know it sounds hard if this is something you're just starting out. It's something that takes a little time, but once you get used to it, it becomes extremely easier as you progress. The next thing you want to know before you started even getting to creating your ideas is this idea going to be relatable to people? Are other people going to feel like they resonate with it? And honestly, the best way to kind of do that is, are other people doing something similar? Are other people wearing something similar? Are other people trying something similar? All of these kind of things. And if the answer is yes to any one of them, then yes, it's relatable. Okay? You just have to figure out how it is you can showcase the relatability. And then the last but not least, you want to know, is the mechanisms working? Now, I know you're like, what are mechanisms? Now, the mechanism is the next point of concern. What are the mechanisms? So the mechanism is closing that loop. We were speaking on it a little bit, but it is starting the hook and then coming back full circle and closing the loop, so that way people feel validated for the content they are watching. Just like at the beginning of this video, I asked you guys what it is to make viral content. And at the end, I will be showing you, as I'm showing you all of this stuff, by the end, you will know what it is to make viral content. And I hope that you guys, if you're really watching this, you're going to take your time, and you're probably going to have to watch this a couple times, but you're making sure that you're taking note, because each and every one of these things are going to be key to the process of making that content very viral. So the best mechanism that I can tell you right now, and I'm going to tell you this it's going to be a four-part process. So the first things first, you want to set viewers' expectation. That's what that hook is. You want to let them know what it is they're going to be getting into when coming to watch your video. While you're doing that, you want to follow the expectations of the people. So whatever you got them to come watch the video, then that's when you add the twist. And the best way to do this is to look at videos that have a retention rate of over 80%. And what you want to do is start putting out your own content. Don't look at other people's. Put out your own content and look at what videos are getting over 80% retention rate. Look at the stuff that those videos yourself are doing correctly, and then try to keep doing those kind of things and add on to whatever they have been doing. So pretty much it's going to segue into this next part. You want to have a structure. The structure that you want to kind of consistently have is to have a hook, and the hook should be the first 3 to 5 seconds of your video. Okay. So the intro, the very first couple of things, and it's very pertinent because those couple of seconds, especially when you're doing shorts and we're talking about short content, is those first couple of seconds. People's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. So if you're not grabbing them within the first few seconds, you're going to lose them and you're not going to get a lot of retention. An example of a hook is, so my mom has never gotten a Mother's Day gift, so I'm going to change that. Right there is the hook. Everybody can relate. Everybody has a mom, and they will be damned if their mother didn't receive a Mother's Day gift. So me saying I'm going to change that makes them look forward to what else I have going on in the video. Then you want to give a little bit of foreshadowing. of what it is you're going to be doing in the video. And then, so what I would say then is I'm going to buy her the best present with $50. Now you want to say these things, but you want to also add a little bit of visual. This is where it gets to the point where this is like the creme de la creme of information, because that little visual information I'm talking about, you want to take a splice of the end, because it gives the people the gratification of knowing what they're going to get into at the end by seeing it in the beginning. So you tell them what you're going to do, give them a little glimpse of where it's going to be at the end, and then you start spinning it back and then give them the story. So the best way to do all of this is to learn pacing. You're going to want to have to pace yourself on all that you're doing, so that way you can tell your story in the most clear and precise manner, so that everyone who is watching can understand. It makes it very much easy for you as well, because the more cool, calm, and collected that you are, the easier it will be for you to create your content and be successful. Believe me, because the more easier it is for you internally, however it is to make you feel that way and all the other kind of stuff, the easier it is for you to place it out, and the easier it will be for people to come and see it. So right now, guys, this is one of the more important parts. You're going to want a pen and paper for this one. So get it out. I'm going to give you a second. If you guys already got it, here we go. If you need to, pause it real fast. I'll give you 5 seconds. This ain't a YouTube ad either, but we're going to go for the process. You want to start off with your idea, number one. Okay. From the idea, you want to go to the hook. From the hook, you want to give them something from your last line. You don't have to give them the whole thing. You can give them something from the last line. Then you want to foreshadow. Now you want to go about writing yourself a rough script or draft, whatever works for you. Then now you want to film. After you film, then you want to revisit your draft. Then, look at it, finalize, and then you're going to edit. Once you edit, you're at the point where you're just taking out the most smallest, minute little details and things like that. And then all you have to do is post it. It's very simple. I know it sounds simpler on paper, but if you follow these things, believe me, you will go viral, and you will be consistently viral. And if you don't trust me, who are you going to trust? Okay, because there's not a lot of people out here really giving you the formula behind how to go viral, because they're gatekeeping that information. I'm out here giving it to you absolutely free. Another thing you want to do before we get off the mechanisms, because just like a niche, you want to find your audience, because this is very important. I know a lot of people think I'm just double talking, but finding your niche and talking to your audience is extremely important, because they're going to tell you what it is they're looking for. They're going to tell you what it is that they're liking. They're going to tell you what it is that you can do better as well. So you need to be able to, just as much as you're going to be telling, you need to be able to listen. Listening is probably one of the more key components to doing this job than it is to actually pumping out the content itself. But you do have to be an innovator and be able to actually do. So don't let this be a message to say, oh, I got to stop for a second. No, keep creating, but make sure you do it in a proper balance. This right here is a gem that if you weren't watching the entire video, you are missing out. But this piece right here, you need to have incorporated all the things I've said before, and then add this little piece. You want to make sure that you're doing all of your content creation, anything that you're going to make viral, happen across different platforms. Okay, so if you're over here on YouTube, you want to make sure that you're posting, and again, these are short content, so you want to be able to post it on TikTok. You want to be able on Instagram. Guess what? You can even do Facebook. You can even go around to other apparatuses that are now accepting shorts, Twitch and all this, because shorts are becoming king. Not to say that that's the only thing that people are watching, but shorts are what is getting a lot of traction right now. So if you really want to be viral, you need to get into the shorts game today. Don't wait till tomorrow, because while we're going into 2024, because this is what this video is for, everybody who isn't already on it is going to be falling behind, okay? Because it might be something else new by the end of next year. So what do you do to get yourself across all the platforms? So let me just focus on this, okay? What you're doing, you're going to need to tweak a little bit across the platforms, because video does not translate the same throughout all the throughout all the platforms. YouTube has a different type of audience, TikTok, Instagram, and I'm going to jump into each and every one of them for you, but you need to know these. You need to focus on all the platforms. If you're going to create content, you need to make it relatable for each and every piece or each and every type of platform that you're going to place it on. Okay? So what I would say is make sure that you make raw footage, and then like the smaller edits that I was talking about at the end there, at the mechanisms. If you're not paying attention, you're going to go back to that mechanism part of this video. You get into the part where you're posting a video, but you want to make those slight tweaks that cater towards each and every one. Now, certain things, like for example, TikTok initially did not have thumbnails. So a lot of people would put their videos and have the titles highlighted high across the the top of the video, letting you know exactly what it is that you were getting into. And just so I can go down the line, again, this is another part that you're going to need a pen and paper for. YouTube, if you're going out at YouTube, this is the type of audience I have seen that, you know, it works towards and things cater towards. So you want to do slower paced content. You want to take your time with your voice. You want to speak slowly and clearly so that way people understand you. It works for a more mature audience, okay? And they are very much into the story that you have to tell. What took you from the place you were to the place you were going, and how did you get there? The videos usually that are the highest consuming are 3 to 5 minutes. And the shorts that are amazing, there are from 30 seconds to 1 minute. So those are the kind of things that you want to look at when you're doing things on YouTube. Now let's get over into TikTok. TikTok is a lot shorter. They actually penalize you for longer videos, even though they want you to get people to watch the longer videos. But you want to put out more short form videos within the range to 15 to 30 seconds. The more short form you have on TikTok, the more virality you will have. Long form was not TikTok's bread and butter. They do allow it, but don't think that that's what you're going to get the most traction from. Now, when you get over to Instagram, it is also in the mature-esque state, but it is a lot more shareable. So when you're getting there, you want to cater again to a more mature audience. You want to make sure your content is very visual, because they have the mute feature there where your sound will be taken away, but it allows them to very much consume it visually. With all of these kind of things, you put these things together, and I can even give you another little gem to make your content go from even just super consumable to damn right irresistible. Now that you've created all these shorts and you've even created a channel, maybe you've even started a series within the channel, you can then take your short form content and then combine it into longer form. So especially if you're following a series format, like if it's a part 1, part 2, part 3, perfect way to segue into a long form, because you combine all the parts together and then you make a long form video. You can also do it vice versa, but it helps you to make yourself available to different types of viewers, because there are some viewers who like long form, there are some viewers who like short form, and then there's the others that like micro. Okay. But once you can combine it, it just makes you very flexible in your content ways. And the more flexible you are, the more people you will be able to draw in, because they will think that you are a master of many and not just a master of one. Okay. So if you've been liking this video, guys, I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, this has been the video on how to make anything viral. If you want to go viral and you want a little bit more one-on-one information, please hit up my comments down below. And if you hit that Cashapp, we can work out a one-on-one session with you guys. I do not have a problem opening up my phone line, but I need to know down in the comments that if that's something that you guys are looking forward to. This has been your host, Juice, on another episode of The Squeeze. I just want to thank you guys for coming out and watching that. So please hit that like button so that way I can see that you guys are liking the content. And I thank you again. Peace.